Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashley Camille here at Fifth House Bloom. This message is for Cancer. Cancer placements for the week of March 25th through March 31st. This is general guidance, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. At this time, I'd like to welcome forth the power and the presence of the elevated guides who can assist me in delivering the message for Cancer placements. May you open up our ears so that we hear the truth of liberation. May you open up our minds so that we bloom. May you open up our hearts so that we may embrace our divinity. Ask for assistance in delivering this message with clarity, empathy, and ease. Cancer, I'm out here glamping for a little bit of rest. I'm in my tent because I'm in a Bible Belt, and I do not want to be the victim of a witch hunt. Just in case you were wondering. What is the focus? Mini Mass, the authentic self. The further gate, bold steps forward. Crown games, right use of power. I'll show you the cards. Bottom of the deck. All right, give me a second. Cancer. It really feels like it's time for you to take that step forward and move in to who you're being called to be, this next version of you. Now, I know that that is a big task, but I mean this even in the smallest sense, and I don't even mean, I'm not putting a value when I say small, right? Because the next version of you could be someone who can implement a daily habit that ends up, leading to better overall health. The next version of you is someone who, might have this dream or this goal to create something, and each day you get closer and closer moving through your fear. And through that process of moving through your fear, you can apply that to all areas of your life, right? Like, I think, kind of talk about the transformation and changing ourselves as this huge undertaking, like this markedly different, but it's these small things, these small steps, this gradualness that leads you to your next version. Right now, what it feels like happening, Cancer, is that you're keeping yourself stuck here. Something about this mask is comfortable. It's kind of keeping you stuck. It's almost like you're trying to convince yourself that, well, isn't this good enough? No, not for you. There's more available. And so that's what makes it harder to take even that small step that will put you on the path to the next gate, to the next version. The comfort that you've developed and the fear of losing what you have gained for this version of you. And so while our goal is to continuously be in process and to continuously grow into ourselves, to expand, instead of taking the lessons from where you've come, you've and what you've gained from that, because you've done this before. Like, when you're in it, it's harder to see that this is something that you're already doing, that you have already done, right? Because you got there. But you are to take that and to build on it as you continue. And right now, give me a second. That power isn't being expressed because you're comfortable. That's the thing. You ain't. This is like, when I say comfort, it's more of like, well, this is good and it's not so bad. I don't want to shake things up and potentially go back like 5 steps. But you do desire more, and you do want to continue to go forward And that is causing an anxiousness. That is starting to cause a disharmony or a unbalance because the things that are there aren't doing it for you, for lack of a better way of saying it. Action. You've been doing a lot of work with sensuality, and I think that's to reconnect you to that desire and being led by desire, and so that you may recognize within yourself and whatever systems that you use or process that you use for knowing yourself, you reconnect to that in a way that you cannot ignore. So continue. Fire, temperance, 7 of water, fire of water. At the bottom of the deck, fire of water is the knights of water. We got the element of fire, temperance, and the 7 of water. It is starting to incorporate and bring that fire back into it. This is you, all this water, but we just can't sit in it. Right now it feels like you are in the shallow end, just waiting in order to avoid the waves. But on the other side of that is really what's calling you. And so here, what's interesting is it feels like typically this is the card of, you know, options, and there is an ambivalence here, but it's almost as if you're not even giving yourself the chance to see it, to see them, blocking your own view. And so you have to reconnect with this fire, bringing into balance your desires. How? How? Through action, of course. So what do you need to do? You have to start taking the step. And so it might be smaller than you initially envisioned, right? Like you might be thinking, oh, I would want to try this, I would want to do that. You take that down because you're building up your comfort level with it. You're building up your capacity to hold this fire. You're building up your capacity for, you know, holding all of your desires. So let me see. What might this be? Or an example. Maybe you have a goal of, you know, changing up your whole look. You always had this idea of how you wanted to present yourself. You want this whole new wardrobe. You want to be a baddie, whatever it is. I don't know, right? That might be a lot. That's a lot. If you typically dress, you know, in a more conservative way. So start a step towards that, a small step that is adventurous, you know, is moving you towards that, is maybe start with a different shade of lip gloss. And then gradually turn into a red lip. And then, oh, you feeling yourself. Maybe my earrings can get bigger. Oh, look at me with my lip gloss, my big hoops. Now I'm about to change my hair. And you gradually are building your capacity to hold this newness. Now I gave a more day-to-day example, but this is the same energy that you are holding with revealing this next version of yourself. And when you get in the process of doing this and holding this fire, because it's still new, but again, you've done this before, and it's about that action, it's about that fire. This will build your capacity for that transformation into the next version of you. All right, Cancer.